Hello everyone, today we will paint Coven Evelynn from League of Legends. Starting from the neck, we will apply Nagaroth Knight to the entire piece. Don't forget that if you want to pay the model with me, the link is in the description. We will continue by painting the golden rims on the neck with Retributor armor. In order to warm and shade the rims, we will make a 1-to-1 mix of Nuln Oil and Agrax Earthshade. We will wash all golden parts with our mix. With Corax White, we will base the gemstone at the bottom of the neck. Making a 1-to-1 mix of Nagaroth Knight and Xerios Purple and thinning it very well, we will start making highlights on the neck. Depending on how much you have thinned your paint, it may require 2 or more layers of highlights. Thinning pure Xerios Purple as much as previously, we will add details on the highlights we've made. Depending on how visible you want the details, apply the right amount of layers. Using Volupus Pink, we will paint the gem. Until our contrast has dried, we will make highlights with Retributor armor on the neck rims. Afterwards, we will add golden highlights with Auric armor gold. Finally, we will make a 3-to-1 Pallid Witch Flesh to Volupus Pink and edge highlight the gem. We will paint the face with Rakarth Flesh and leave it to dry, as we will then proceed with the hair. We do this in order to make our life easier. In case we make any mistakes while painting the hair, we can just clean up. The entire hair will be based with Xandri dust. Also the eyebrows will use the same color. Using the belly of a small brush and Ushapti bone, we will start making highlight. Do not worry too much about making mistakes at this point, as we are going to use all those mistakes to make the piece even better. Diluting Skeleton Horde with Lamian Medium, roughly 1-to-1, we're going to shade over the entire hair. Going back to Shapti Bone, with the belly of a small brush, we will overlay the most raised areas which we painted before. This time we do need to be careful. With a thin layer of Pallid Witch Flesh, we will add details to the highest of the highlights. Finally, we will dilute Seraphim Sepia with Lamian Medium 1-to-2 and glaze over the entire hair. If you like this recipe, in the upper corner there is another video with a model you can use it on. For the eye shades, we will use a 1-to-1 Screamer Pink and Abaddon Black mix and lightly dry brush. If your model gets smeared all over with a dry brush, overlay the unwanted areas with one thin layer of Rakarth Flesh. The eye scleras will be painted with Corax White. With Abaddon Black, we will paint the eyelashes. Making precise circular markings with Corn Red, we will paint the irises. The eye pupils will be painted with Abaddon Black. Instead of circles, we will need to make them more snake-like. To highlight the skin, we will use a 1-to-1 mix of Rakarth Flesh and Pallid Witch Flesh. Once the highlights are done, we will add details of pure Pallid Witch Flesh in the cheekbones as well as the forehead. Final step for the face includes Corn Red for the lips. We will now focus on the left thingy Evelynn has on her head, which will be based entirely with Nagaroth Knight. It will get highlighted with Nagaroth Knight Xerius purple mix of roughly 1:1. Finally, we will add details of pure Xerius purple to the highest areas. Moving to the left thingy, we will base it with Corax white. Afterwards, we will make a 1:1 mix of Corax white and white scar, or any better white you have, and make some edge highlights. Proceed with adding details and edge highlighting with white scar, or any better white you have. The frontmost part of the thingy will be painted with Retributor armor. Following up the previous step, we will immediately add details of Auric armor gold. We will start with the main body and Nagaroth Knight. We will paint all the right side of Evelynn's outfit. Moving to the left side, we will do the exact same as the previous step, but this time using Corax white. With Rakarth Flesh, we will paint all the exposed skin from the outfit. With all the previous parts painted, we take Retributor armor and paint the outline that separates the two parts and the skin. The gem under the breast as well as the small part of the outline that is on the bottom right should be painted as well. Using Corax white and a small brush, we will paint the small bulge on the right side of the outfit. We will repeat the process with Nagaroth Knight on the left side. Making a 1:1 mix of Agrax Earthshade and Nuln Oil, we will shade the golden parts of the outfit. Once our shade has fully dried, with Retributor armor, we will make highlights on the outline at the most flat areas that the light will hit. Making a mix of Nagaroth Knight and Xerius purple, roughly 1:1, we will highlight the right part of the outfit. Then we will add details of pure Xerius purple on top of the areas we highlighted. Going back to the left side, with a 1:1 mix of Corax white and white scar, or any other white you have, we will add highlights. Afterwards, we will add details with white scar, or any other pure white you have. Making another mix of roughly 1:1, this time consisting of Rakarth Flesh and Pallid Witch Flesh, we will highlight the skin. On top of our highlights, we will add details of pure Pallid Witch Flesh. Next part is the shoulders. Starting from the left one, we will base the entire piece with Corax white. Reusing our Corax white and white scar mix, we will do edge highlights. Finally, we will add some details of pure white scar over the edge highlights. This part did not get recorded, unfortunately. Base the entire right shoulder piece with 2 layers of Nagaroth Knight. After the Nagaroth has dried, using Retributor armor we will paint the areas close to the edges. As the area is really small, do take all the time you need in order to paint it. We will shade the gold with Agrax Earth Shade. The most raised areas of the shaded gold will be highlighted with Retributor Armor. Then we will add details of Auric Armor Gold. And with that, the shoulders are finished. Moving forward to the arms, we will start with Nagaroth Knight, painting the entirety of both pieces. Using Retributor Armor, we will paint the nails. Using the mix of Agrax Earthshade and Nuln Oil we made during the outfit, we will shade the nails. Once the shade has fully dried, we will use Retributor Armor to highlight the most raised parts of the nails. Subsequently, we will add Auric Armor Gold details on the nails. For both hands, we will need once more the Nagaroth Knight and Xerios Purple mix we have created earlier. We will add highlights on both hands. Finally, we will add details of pure Xerios Purple to the arms and hands. We will start with the waist, which will get fully painted with Nagaroth Knight. Let's move to the thigh cover, as we will need it later to finish another piece. The entire piece needs to be based with 2 thin layers of Corax White. With Retributor Armor, we will paint the outline of the thigh cover. It is time to shade the gold, and for that we will use Agrax Earth Shade. Once the shade has fully dried, we will do edge highlights, again with Retributor Armor. Following the previous step, we will add details of Auric Armor Gold to our highlights. Making a mix of Corax White and White Scar, roughly 1:1. Start highlighting the main part of the thigh cover. Finally, we will use White Scar and add details to the most raised areas of our highlights. We will focus on the left leg first and then finish with the right. With Nagaroth Knight, we will paint the entire piece. The small gems on the knee, the shin line as well as the heels will be painted with Retributor Armor. Keep Nagaroth Knight near, as the parts are small, you may need to fix some overpainting. Once the gold has dried, we will shade it with Agrax Earth Shade. Following that, we will go back to Retributor Armor and make some highlights. Subsequently, we will add details of Auric Armor Gold on all the golden parts we highlighted. Making a 1:1 mix of Nagaroth Knight and Xerios Purple, we will start highlighting different areas on the leg, like thighs, shins and ankles. On top of those highlights, we will add details of Xerios Purple. Finally, using the thigh cover's hole, we will mark and paint the area with rock-carved flesh. There is no need to make highlights here. Next and final piece is the right leg. Once again, we will start with Nagaroth Knight and paint all places that are covered with the outfit. Then, using Retributor Armor, we will paint all edges around our purple, as well as the heels and the line on the sheen. Afterwards, as always, a nice wash of Agrax Earth Shade is mandatory. This time we will do highlights directly with Auric Armor Gold for all golden areas. All places that left unpainted will be covered with rock carved flesh, as they are all exposed skin. As we wait for the rock art to dry, we will use the mix of Naggaroth and Xerius we created before and highlight all purple areas. Follow up the previous step with details of Xerius purple. Making a 1-to-1 mix of rock art flesh and pallid witch flesh, we will start making highlights on the skin. We shall finish off the piece with details of pure pallid witch flesh. We will start with Screamer Pink on all 4 pieces that make up the whip body. Afterwards, we will heavily dry brush the same pieces with Pink Horror. Focus mainly on the side that will be visible to whoever is going to observe the piece. To finish the whip body, we will do a second dry brush, this time with Sunset Red. You may keep the same brush as the previous color, as it can add a nice gradient to the strokes. Let's move to the whip heads. With Screamer Pink we will paint the hair. With Grey Sear we will paint the skulls. In case you make any mistakes in the narrower parts, you can reapply Screamer Pink to fix them. Using Ulfon Grey with another dry brush, we will go over the skull. This will add a nice highlight without much work. Changing our dry brush, we will take Pink Horror and go over the whip's hair. A second layer of dry brushing will follow, this time with Sunset Red. For the eyes, we will use Mephiston Red. In order to paint the gem on the head of both skulls, we will use Volupus Pink. Finally, once the contrast has fully dried, we will make a 3-2-1 Pallid Witch Flesh and Volupus Pink mix and highlight the gem. The result should be similar to this. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider smashing the subscribe one. All colors used in this video are on your screen now. I was MiniatureUrsus, thank you for watching and I will see you on the next one. Unless you want us to meet earlier, in which case check this video out.